Hey, it looks fixed. It looks fixed. Maybe. Yeah. Alright. Hold on. Alrighty. Let's try this again. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't spam everyone's emails. Okay. Anyway. Working on a thing today. Let me throw up my welcome message. I feel like crap today. There we go. So, since the last time I have streamed, I have emotes now. And I have stuff that I didn't have before. I'm trying to learn how to do Twitch. I'm getting better, but I'm not a pro. Problem is, I don't have the time I would like to spend on it, because most of my time I spend painting. And if I'm working on my stream, I'm not painting, and I work on commission. If I'm doing, it's just a whole thing. And since I've quit my job, I'm just trying to paint, and doing that to pay the bills right now. So, I was trying to be super regular, and like every other night I was streaming, it was working. And then my daughter stopped sleeping at night. Why is that my sample goal? Why did that reset? I'm just gonna get rid of that. I don't feel like fixing it. Yeah, that was a follower goal. It just reset to a sample goal for some reason. So that happened. Anyway. But yeah, and then she stopped sleeping at night. She was like up every hour, and I was like, well, I can't stream like this. I'm not gonna pause the stream to go feed her for a half hour a couple times. No one's gonna watch that. So I just kind of stopped. And this is what I'm doing. This is Ailene. She's a female cleric by Reaper Miniatures. She's from the Dungeon Dwellers line. And I think she's a gorgeous sculpt. Actually, the Dungeon Dwellers line is like a favorite right now. Or my favorite by line of miniatures by Reaper. I love the classic. They're just classic looking, and I love the sculpts and the style. It's just, they're perfect. I'm kind of being a nerd right now, but this is it's my first attempt at non-metallic metals. You have never seen me paint these before, or you've never seen me paint non-metallic metals before, because it's not a thing that I do. And now I'm gonna try it. This is the first bit that I have painted. It is the shield heraldry, and I plan on doing the bits that I have painted brown right now are going to be gold, and then the rest of the armor is going to be silver. Then of course I've got this sky blue. It's just base coated, nice pretty sky blue by Reaper. And then the inside of this, I might change it to white. I think it would look really nice as white, because I got a cool base already made for her. Cool base that I made for her is right here. Her on the cool base. Her on the cool base. Yeah, look at that. Ugh, something in my mouth. Paint. Ugh. It's made using stuff by or products by Huge Miniatures. Use it featuring their dirt texture paste, their tundra scatter, purple flowers, frosty tufts, and the snow highlight. The rest is this is actually pieces of bark in here that I painted to look like rock. So that's their product too, the bark. The only thing on this base that is not theirs is the base itself. I don't know where it came from. And then the cork, and this is a rock that I painted. I painted the rock to look more like a rock. That's something only mini painters understand. I will actually be right back, because as I said in the beginning of the stream, I don't feel good at all right now. So I'll be back in a minute or two. Sorry. And then I'll start painting. I'll stop talking. I'm back. Alright. Time to start painting. I think I'm gonna start painting her robe first before I start doing the rest of the non-metallics. And then I'll work on her face. Her face needs painted. So the robe, let me get, it was Sky Blue by Reaper. I'm going to start shading it and highlighting it and all that. I really wanted a nice pretty wintry blue, and I think that the Sky Blue did the trick. So I'm going to start adding some recess shades because I'm going to just kind of push myself just a little bit further on this miniature. I'm not going to use, use a shade, highlight. I just want to practice some more stuff. So let's get to it. Let me find a good color I would like to use as a shadow. I'm thinking this heather blue, also by Reaper, would look good. I like it because it's got like a gray shadowy color in it. So I'm going to make this real thin and start painting it in the recesses and where I want shadows to be. Oh. Okay, all set. How's everyone doing tonight? So I'm gonna start here with back. Gonna look a little like blocky and cartoony until I start working up the layers. But I gotta start somewhere. And this miniature could go one of two ways. I could do a great job, or it could just be a nice learning piece for me. Because I've been wanting to push myself, try new things, instead of just the normal grind. Because I need a breather and I want to get better, you know? I'm sure we've all been there where you're just kind of stuck in a rut, craving something new. That's kind of where I've been. What is happening? Also, purchased an airbrush recently and have been teaching myself that. I don't know if I'll be doing it on stream very much, but it's certainly speeding up my priming and my base coating right now. Like, a lot. And I don't have to. The main reason I wanted it was most definitely for priming. Because I live in Ohio, and Ohio sucks. And it's humid, and it's hot, and then it's cold, and dry, and just crappy weather for rattle cans. So. I'm painting this into all the shadows here. looking a little cartoony, but we'll work our way out of that. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this or make a glaze and go like kind of all over with the glaze. Like, I figured I'll try it this way. Working on all these shadows and crevices. I'm gonna make sure. Okay. Green is still the color that it should be. Twitch has just hated me lately. Nothing is working for me. Just hates me. And I don't know what I did go wrong. I'm gonna go in with this shadow color, and then I'm gonna go in with a highlight color, and then in theory, I'm gonna go back in with the base, kind of blend everything back together. That's in theory. I don't normally do it this way. So we will see if it works. And then you can laugh at me when it doesn't work. There's like something on my shoulder that's itchy right now. Like I kept feeling like a loose hair, but I couldn't find the hair. I don't know. I'm just a mess anymore, guys. Just a mess. Got a lot of fun stuff coming through the door, commissions and some personal work I plan on getting done. I got something for a charity raffle that someone asked for me to paint for. Lots of exciting stuff. I'm really excited. I'm glad that I took the plunge into painting full time. Been a little rough with, making the money I need make, but I'm just kind of taking it month by month at this point, doing the best I can while also, yeah, I have my daughter to, take care of during the day too, so I'm working on it. Fun, it's really caused me to push myself and be creative, definitely, for sure, with finding clients, getting workout, finding ways to get workout faster. Been interesting. And everyone that supported me, I super appreciate you. So I think this looks like a good starting point. So I think a good highlight to this will be this faded ultramarine. Maybe. I don't know. I think it might be a little too purple. Yeah, it's a little too purple. I don't want purple. I want to go towards white. I don't paint blue a lot. I don't really like blue. That's too white. Should probably just make a color. But I'm digging this one. This one's really thin. I think it's airbrush ready paint. So I don't really need to thin it. Yeah, it's airbrush ready paint. Hataka. The Hataka brand. So I'll be using this. It's called the Gris Blue Clair. As my first highlight. Obviously avoiding areas I had shadowed. It's kind of layering. It's not. I don't really like the way it's layering. Being a little chalky. Being a little chalky. Seems to be a little bit better than now. Just kind of added more water to it and can't really work with it too much. Gotta let it sit and dry. But I think it'll need a another layer just because of the way it's going on. I like the color though, so I'm gonna make it work. Anyone in working on something right now? Or just kind of hanging out? It looks a little funny, but we'll see what happens when I start blending in the base color. This is a very experimental miniature. I am like way out of my comfort zone with the things I'm trying right now. And you guys get to watch me fumble through it. Through non-metallic metals and then just different highlighting techniques. All of it. You get to see me screw up. Or not screw up. Hey Squiggles. I think I fixed my issue. Whatever it was, it seems better now. Oh, this. As always, I am on baby watch. If she wakes up, I gotta go feed her and then I will be back. I just always gotta let you guys know. Because I want to stream, but I also gotta feed the baby. She's not sleeping through the night. Just fine. She's gotta do whatever she's gotta do. She normally wakes up right around now, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, this paint is real funny to work with. It might just be because it's airbrush formulated and there's just something in it not acting right, but I'll make it work the best I can. What you up to, Squiggles? Just got off work. Oh, fun. Awesome. It's always a good time. Alright, going to start taking my second passes in some spots here, like the highest highlights, where I just want it to be a little bit brighter. Then I'm going to go back in with the sky blue base color and try to kind of blend these lights and shadows together. I don't know if it'll work because I'm not a pro, but it should work in theory. We'll just see if I'm good at it. Or not. Okay. Let me get some more of that out. More of the shadow out. That I can go back and forth if I need to. Pin them down. And then get more of the base color out. Okay. That one's really thick, so I gotta thin it out a whole bunch. Alright, so I'm going back in with the sky blue. And in theory, blending this work together. It needs to be real thin to do this. Otherwise, I'm just creating more cartoony lines. And look. It needs to be thin enough to kind of be transparent, over the shadow, like so. The shadow needs to be in that. I guess this might be a little bit closer to glazing. Real finicky. May not have been the best approach, but that's what this was for, trying to learn. What I can also do after this, I can do an all over glaze, and it should help blend everything back together. Like even in this one, I completely painted over the shadow because it's not that deep, but I still want a shadow there. But since the sky blue is thin enough, it's glazing over it and me acting transparent. So when I think the shadow is too dark, I can do that. And I can also wipe away as needed. Hard to tell with the finish, I guess. Still acting a little satin-like. I can matte it down later. And I can do the same thing over the highlights. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, I think it's cool. Just might need a little bit of fine tuning. Where the hood is kind of where I think it's going to get a little choppy. Aside from baby duty, anything exciting happening? No, nothing exciting is ever happening. This is my new life. Just getting miniatures in and out. Figuring out my new life as a full-time painter was kind of exciting. What about you? Going back in with these highlights now. I'm pretty much a shut-in these days. I paint and I mom. I would not recommend painting like this if you're trying to get it painted quickly. Say that much. It was a very time-consuming method here. I think it's kind of cool though. I like learning, teaching myself new things. Real quiet night tonight. Almost like people have something to do on a Wednesday night. Let me look at this from afar. One of my big tips is if sometimes when you're staring at something up close for so long, your eyes start bugging with you when you're painting. I always recommend to just take the miniature and look at it from a couple feet away and see how it looks to you in that light. And that kind of helps readjust your eyes a little bit, I think. Totally forgot to put a shadow right here. All right. Now, at this point, I'm really just nitpicking. I really want this miniature to look unlike what I normally make. I really wanted it to look unique, and like I tried some new things. Really my goal. So, pushing myself out of my comfort zone here. I'm just nitpicking, picking out lights, fixing shadows, the whole shebang. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'll look at her from a distance. Okay. Still don't like what I have going on in the front. The front's really hard to paint. Nope. We'll see. Like the back was easy, but this was a little more difficult to get in too. Right. This like light paint that I use is almost like pearlescent the way it's drying. And I really like it. It makes the dress look kind of like snow. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's looking nice. I'm gonna add another highlight of like a brighter, almost a white. But I think the shadows should. I might even be able to blend some purples in there in the shadows. We'll see. I'm going to use this Snowdrift White. Speaking of snow. Sorry if that's obnoxiously loud. Taking a drink while shaking, I can't really. Yeah. Anyway, Snowdrift White is white, basically, with the smallest tint of purple blue. And this is just going to be just used like that. At the tops of the highlights. I gotta be very careful with this color because it's very easy. It's just over empowering. I'm being very picky and very subtle about where I place it. Oh, have a good. You too. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, Squiggles. Just a constant going back and forth, back. After this, I'm going to get her face painted. A lot of people tend to like how I paint faces, so I guess I'll paint her face on stream. Alright, get this far away. Super bright and colorful and contrasty. That's what I want. Bright and colorful and full of contrast. I think I'm going to leave the shadows where they're at. I was going to make them deeper, but I don't think I should. So I won't.